F-18 Hornet, U.S. Navy and Marine Corps. The F-18 Hornet is a twin-engine, carrier-based, multi-role fighter designed for fleet defense, strike, and close air support missions. It was the first U.S. fighter in which women officially flew combat sorties. In November 1994, Lieutenant Kimberly Dyson launched from the carrier Dwight D. Eisenhower in an F-18 over Iraq during Operation Southern Watch, marking the first combat mission flown by an American woman. The following day, Lieutenant Sharon Pinto Deegan and Lieutenant Junior Grade Joy Trigger Dean flew additional Hornet sorties, confirming full combat integration of women in naval aviation. Hornet squadrons operated over Iraq, Bosnia, and later Afghanistan. Female Navy and Marine pilots flew air-to-ground strikes, combat air patrols, and reconnaissance missions from carriers and land bases. They performed precision bombing, night operations, and air refueling under the same standards as male aviators. By the early 2000s, women were a regular part of fleet strike fighter squadrons, instructing new aviators and deploying worldwide. F-18 Super Hornet, U.S. Navy. The F-18 Super Hornet, an enlarged and upgraded version of the Hornet, entered service in 1999 with greater range, advanced radar, and higher payload. Women joined from the start. Female pilots and weapons systems officers deployed on carriers during Operations Iraqi Freedom and Enduring Freedom, flying precision strike, suppression of enemy air defenses, and maritime interdiction missions. Super Hornet aviators train for demanding deck operations, catapult launches, arrested landings, and multi-aircraft coordination. By 2010, women served as flight leads, instructors, and operations officers. In 2023, a female pilot from Squadron VFA-32 achieved the first confirmed air-to-air victory by an American woman when she destroyed a hostile drone over the Red Sea. By 2025, women serve as instructors, combat leaders, and demonstration pilots, fully integrated into the Navy's frontline fighter force. F-14 Tomcat, U.S. Navy. The F-14 Tomcat was a two-seat, variable sweep-wing fighter optimized for long-range interception and carrier defense. After the 1993 policy change, women qualified for operational Tomcat squadrons. Lieutenant Kara Hultgreen became the first woman to qualify as a carrier-based combat pilot in the Tomcat in 1994. Female pilots and radar intercept officers later deployed aboard carriers enforcing no-fly zones over Iraq and conducting patrols in the Balkans. Although the Hornet saw the first recorded women's combat sorties, female Tomcat crews flew operational missions until the jet's retirement in 2006, demonstrating women's capability in high-performance fleet fighters. F-15 Eagle, U.S. Air Force. The F-15 Eagle is a single-seat air superiority fighter built for air-to-air combat. Women entered Eagle squadrons after the mid-1990s, completing transition training and joining operational units. They have flown Homeland defense sorties under Operation Noble Eagle, NATO air policing patrols in Europe, and Pacific Quick Reaction missions. Female Eagle pilots act as instructors, evaluators, and flight leads. In 2024, Captain Annalisa Sanfilippo became the first female F-15 pilot in the California Air National Guard's 144th Fighter Wing, marking complete integration even in long-established units. F-15 Strike Eagle, U.S. Air Force. The two-seat F-15 Strike Eagle is a dual-role fighter bomber for precision strike and air interdiction missions. The pilot and weapon systems officer coordinate targeting and navigation. First Lieutenant Jeannie Leavitt, then Jeannie Flynn, became the Air Force's first female fighter pilot in 1993 when she entered Strike Eagle training. Women in Strike Eagle squadrons flew combat missions over Bosnia and Kosovo in the 1990s, then in Iraq, Afghanistan, and Syria during the 2000s. They conducted deep strike and close air support missions using guided munitions and advanced radar. Many became weapons school instructors and squadron commanders, logging hundreds of combat hours. The Strike Eagle community remains one of the Air Force's most experienced and fully integrated. A-10 Thunderbolt II Warthog, U.S. Air Force. The A-10 is a single-seat closed-air support jet built around a 30mm cannon and protected by titanium armor. In January 1995, Captain Martha McSally became the first U.S. woman to fly a combat mission when she piloted an A-10 over Iraq. Female A-10 pilots flew continuous sorties in Afghanistan and Iraq, performing strafing runs, bomb deliveries, and convoy escort. They operated from forward bases with limited support, often flying multiple missions per day. By 2010, women served as instructors, weapons officers, and squadron commanders, making the A-10 one of the most combat-proven aircraft ever flown by women. F-16 Fighting Falcon, U.S. Air Force. The F-16 is a single-engine, multi-role fighter capable of air-to-air and air-to-ground missions. In 1994, Captain Sharon Betty Pressler became the first woman to fly the F-16, joining an operational squadron in Germany. Women flew combat sorties over Iraq, Kosovo, Afghanistan, and Syria. Their missions include suppression of enemy air defenses, escort, and precision strike. On September 11, 2001, Lieutenant Heather "Lucky" Penney scrambled in an unarmed F-16 to intercept hijacked airliners, reflecting full confidence in female combat pilots. Today, women command F-16 wings, instruct at weapons school, and serve on the Thunderbird demonstration team, representing full equality in one of the Air Force's largest fighter fleets. F-117 Nighthawk, U.S. Air Force. The F-117 is a single-seat stealth attack aircraft optimized for night precision strikes. In 2004, Captain Donna Kohut became the first woman qualified in the Nighthawk after transferring from the F-16. She served with the 8th Fighter Squadron at Holloman Air Force Base until the aircraft's retirement in 2008. Although combat use had ended, women flying the F-117 completed operational training and maintained combat certification within stealth squadrons, proving integration even in classified low observable programs. F-22 Raptor, U.S. Air Force. The F-22 Raptor is a fifth-generation stealth air superiority fighter with thrust vectoring and integrated avionics. Major Dawn Dunlop became the first woman to fly the Raptor as a test pilot during its development, and Captain Jamie Jameson became the first combat-ready female F-22 pilot in 2008. Women now fly Raptor air defense intercepts under NORAD, deterrence patrols in Europe, and Pacific exercises. Female pilots serve as instructors and evaluators, maintaining a permanent role within America's most advanced fighter community. F-35 Lightning II, U.S. Air Force, Navy, Marine Corps. The F-35 is a single-seat, stealth, multi-role fighter family with 3 variants: the F-35 Alpha for the Air Force, the F-35 Bravo for the Marine Corps, and the F-35 Charlie for the Navy. In 2015, Lieutenant Colonel Christine Grinder Mao became the first woman to fly the F-35 Alpha. In 2020, Captain Emily Banzai Thompson flew the first female F-35 combat mission, striking targets in Afghanistan. Today, female pilots fly the Lightning II worldwide in precision strike, intelligence, and air defense roles. Several have advanced to squadron command, confirming complete integration from the program's start. AV-8 Harrier II, U.S. Marine Corps. The AV-8 Harrier is a single-engine, short takeoff and vertical landing attack jet used from amphibious ships and forward bases. In 2003, Major Jennifer Dolan became the first female Marine to fly a Harrier combat sortie during the Iraq invasion, providing close air support from the ship Bataan. She flew more than 100 combat missions. Female Harrier pilots later served in Afghanistan, performing strikes, reconnaissance, and troop support. The Harrier will retire in 2027, replaced by the F-35 Bravo, which already includes women who transitioned from the Harrier community. F-15 Eagle II, U.S. Air Force. The F-15 Eagle II is the latest generation of the Eagle family with upgraded radar, electronic warfare systems, and expanded weapons capacity. Entering service in 2021, it replaces aging F-15 aircraft in active and guard units. Female pilots from earlier Eagle variants have been involved in testing and early operations, performing the same air superiority and escort missions as before. Women have been part of the Eagle II program since its first flights. To see how America's elite naval aviators and special operations forces work together across sea, air, and land, check out our breakdown, every U.S. Navy SEAL team explained in detail.